The Baltimore Ravens defeated the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Thursday Night Football 27-22. This was a injury-riddled game for the Baltimore Ravens and a tough night for Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'll start off with the injuries that just came out for the Baltimore Ravens pretty much, and I can actually sum this up very easily. I know, Aaron, you're going to get into the injury report, and this might be on it, but maybe I can save you some time. Everybody that was questionable leading into Thursday's game for the Baltimore Ravens that played got hurt. Gus Edwards got hurt, left the game early. Rashad Bateman got hurt, left the game early. Mark Andrews got hurt, left the game early. That's pretty much it. Tough day for injuries on the Ravens side, but they did pull this one out 27-22 because this Bucs team seems to be in shambles, Aaron.
Yeah, I think we kind of touched on this when we talked about the recap or the preview. The Bucs offense just doesn't look the same, and in turn, the defense is on the field too much, and in turn, they lose football games. This game was a 10-3 game for the majority of this game until late in that one, and the Bucs just couldn't get anything going offensively in the second half to extend that lead to cause Baltimore to have to get away from what they wanted to do offensively. And you talked about injuries, but for Baltimore side, but Tampa's been banged up all year. They just haven't found the right connection with Tom Brady in that offense. It's something, the running game, they started early, started strong, and then it kind of dissipated from there. They just haven't been able to be consistent enough offensively. I'll tell you, I think it's over for the Bucs. And I expected, remember, I did pick against them in this game. And I did the other day tell you, oh, would you be surprised if they won 6 or 7 in a row? No, I wouldn't be surprised. But this just doesn't look like a football team that can do that. And I'm at the point now where I'm saying, how long do you hold out hope? This isn't
What?
this
That's what I
isn't
told
the
you.
Kansas
That's
City
what I
Chiefs
said.
of last year. This isn't the team where like, okay, there's something they still got. You have to remember, Tom Brady is 45 years old. Like I know we don't want to be that guy. We don't want to be the one that says this is it, but maybe this is it.
Last night I was watching. We cover the post games and the pressers and stuff, and we watch. We're really tuned into these pressers, and I'm watching Tom Brady's press conference, and I'm like, this seems like a broken man. This seems like a broken human being. And I don't know Tom Brady's personal life. There's all the stuff that's going on out off the field that is talked about. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know his personal life. All I can see is what's happening on the field, and not only his emotions that he's expressing in his press conferences, but after every dropped pass, every sack, every turnover, every miscue from this Bucs offense, you see Tom Brady's emotion more and more, I feel like, this season. And then maybe this is a recency thing, but AJ, what's your assessment of the Bucs through these 8 games now?
You ever hear that thought process where it's a thin line between not being prepared or being over prepared? That's kind of where I feel like Tom Brady's at. And we can never really say Tom Brady's not prepared. So it's got to be the over prepared. It looks like he's so much in his head trying to still be so perfect to a team that has a lot of miscues that he's having miscues himself. When you watch Tom Brady last night, yeah, there may be a receiver that ran the wrong route, but there was times Tom Brady threw the ball the wrong way. There was times Tom Brady led a receiver way too much. There's times when he's with the receiver, and you can chalk this up to injury if you want and not having enough chemistry and timing with some of his receivers that were on the field last night. I think Kyle Rudolph could have had a walk-in touchdown, and Tom Brady led him about 4 or 5 yards too far. There's Tom Brady making mistakes to the point where his offensive lineman can't do anything but hold. Otherwise, he's going to get sacked for a 4th consecutive time on a drive. There's times when the running backs can't find any room because they're not even expected to be running the ball as much as they are when they're trying to switch everything up. This team just kind of seems like they are lost in the identity of who they were, and they can't find a way back to who they want to be. Tom Brady, I really do feel like everything outside of this locker room is seeping into the football field. And I know he's very good at drawing the line and coming to work and being ready. But we know the Tom Brady who likes to yell at people for his mistakes. Last night, when there were mistakes made, he just went to the bench and hung his head, dropped his helmet on the ground. He doesn't look like he's having fun playing the game anymore either. And as long as it's like this, there's these miscues. They're not enjoying themselves. They can't figure out themselves. It's not going to get better for the Bucs. And we can talk about it being a long season or whatnot, but it's a long season for anybody, and these teams they're looking to get their ship right, and I don't know if the Bucks can do it in time or at a level enough to complete. 27-22, you'd think it was a close game. It really wasn't.
Yeah, no, it wasn't, and it seemed like the Bucks were chasing this entire game, no matter what the score is. But on the Ravens side, they did get the win. They do move. They do move. What are they now? They are 5-3 now. That's a good spot to have a shot to win this AFC North. But the injuries are just piling up for this Ravens team. Aaron, where are we at with this Ravens team as a whole? Their defense looked good. We talked about their defense struggling as of late. They looked good again in this game here against the Bucks, but it's the injuries that are piling up that's concerning. And what's your assessment of the Ravens after this game?
I think the only injuries that I'm really concerned about is Mark Andrews. I think he's the only one that really is kind of a game changer on that team. I know we talk about Rashad Bateman and them not having anything outside, but they never have. Like that's not the way their offense is really designed to do. And you see guys like Devin Duvernay and James Prochet, and they get involved and they can make some plays. It's Mark Andrews, and I know Isaiah Likely stepped up and played big yesterday, but there's going to come. He's still not Mark Andrews. Like no matter how good he played, it's not Mark Andrews. And you'd really like to have both of them and be able to run those two tight end sets because that makes you even more dangerous. So I think you're watching that injury, even in the running game. Like Gus Edwards is cool. I'm not trying to knock Gus Edwards, but he's a thumper. He's the 70-yard guy. If he falls into the end zone, it's great. I think they can still get stuff out of the running game with Kenyon Drake and whoever else they go and sign and bring in there because they're probably going to have to now with that hamstring injury of Gus Edwards. So I'm not overly concerned about the injuries as long as they're not coming to key positions on the defensive side of the football, which has been, I think, the more impressive side right now. But, I mean, they had 400-something yards of offense yesterday. Like it's against a very good defense. And we had just got done talking about, this offense hasn't looked that good lately. And what do they come and do? They go and rush for 230 yards. Lamar throws for 202 touchdowns and has a good day. And we're right back to, okay, this is the offense we expected to see. I think it's more about the defensive side of the football and staying healthy. And obviously they were without Calais Campbell, but he'll get back eventually, who's an anchor on that defensive line.
Yeah, this I was one of those people that I had to talk about the Ravens offense being down and Lamar Jackson, even at the end of the game, that sign, I don't know if you guys saw it, but at the end of the game, he was holding up a sign a fan had that said, "Pay him now, Ravens, pay him now." And he held it up. He signed it. He made sure. And we had we have the production feed of Amazon. So we can see it when it's on, not when it's on commercial and what's happening. Lamar Jackson stood with this fan who's had that sign that said "Pay the man" for about 10 minutes. Like he was there just talking, hanging out, dabbing him up. It was pay the man, Baltimore, pay the man. But they win 27-22. They move on to 5-3. The Bucks move on to 3-5. And AJ, your NFC South battle between the Falcons and the Panthers on Sunday is a big one. It's
sad.
First place up for grabs, man. And that, like we just said, the Bucks might not be it anymore. So one of these teams could end up winning this division. What a wild time